So a lot of portal owners talk to us and say, what can I be doing that's different to what my competitors are doing? And while we've heard a lot about artificial intelligence in the last couple of years, the one solution that I always turn to as an example of doing something differently is our sponsor, PropTex. PropTex has a fantastic virtual staging tool that actually gamifies the real estate listing in a way that no one else quite does. It's more engaging, it's more fun, it keeps people on site for longer, and it might just turn into a conversion. If you want to find out more about PropTex, email Stefan at proptex with 2x's.com. Tell them we sent you. Maybe come meet them at the conference in October and have a conversation about what doing something different really looks like. Hello and welcome to the PPW podcast, bringing you news, views and interviews from the world of real estate, online marketplaces and prop tech industries. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Harvey Hancock. I'm news editor at Online Marketplaces. I'll be your host today. We are with, as always, Simon Bekkar, who's salivating at the opportunity to talk about AI for the next 45 minutes. Simon, how are you doing?
I'm very looking forward to talking about AI, and I'm awake, which the two together is a fantastic outcome for me.
I mean, you've had quite a few meetings already, that's right.
Oh yeah, it's a busy day.
It's a busy day. And talking about busy, let's introduce today's guest. That is Fouad Bekkar from Coralytics/Corali. Fouad, welcome to the show for your first appearance. How you doing?
Hi, thank you for having me, guys. Excited to be here first time.
Our pleasure. Thank you for joining us. We're always appreciative of the fact that we've got CEOs and founders who are taking time out of their day to talk about their business. So, first things first, what is Coralytics and why is it now Corali?
I think I've been in Property Portal Watch several times, so it's been Coralytics for some time. And we rebranded to Corali. Corali is the AI growth engine for real estate. So for real estate teams, we are the system of action, as we like to say. So with Corali, agents and portals can create AI-ready listings in minutes, not hours. They can generate photos, videos, descriptions. They are enhanced, staged, compliance checked, and distributed instantly. So from one listing, Corali generates a full suite of marketing assets, all powered by AI, cinematic videos, 3D floor plans, reels, property reports, all in multilingual. And then the rebrand. So basically, before we had Coralytics, and that brand often created confusion and around our product scope. It's the Lytics that created the issue. So it sounded like we are an analytics tool only. And like we deliver more, and I think we had that conversation in one of the Property Portal Watch, Simon. Now we deliver a full growth engine across listing creation, enrichment, marketing, lead conversion. So Corali.ai communicates our AI first approach more clearly and gives us a simple, memorable identity as we scale in the UAE, in GCC here in the region, in the US, in France. And it's much easier. And we found that in multiple forums where we went, it's very difficult to pronounce, the two syllables. So that's how and why we rebranded.
I've got a couple of questions before we dive into this. First is what's the elevator pitch? What does Corali do in that sort of one sentence?
So Corali is the AI growth engine for real estate. We turn raw listings into videos, reels, 3D tours, and reports in minutes. And we help CRMs, MLSs, and portals capture and convert more leads.
Okay, there's a lot in that. So what's the range?
It's still elevator.
I know. Yeah.
It's a long elevator ride.
The Burj Khalifa, or it's called, right? The Burj Al Arab. Okay. No. Okay. So what are the range of? If I'm sitting here, I'm in the real estate industry. I'm a portal. I'm a real estate agent. I'm someone who wants to use your products. What's the practical, 2-second pitch of, I've got a product for this, a product for this, a product for this, and they all work together?
Yeah. So it will need a little bit more than one sentence, but so agents in generally they have their CRMs, they have the portals, so they create listings on portals to get leads, and they have their CRMs as the system of records, but they don't have the engine that can turn that into monetization and with operational excellence. So Corali comes in, empowers the listing creation faster, and the lead qualification and nurturing for the agents.
Okay, so listing creation faster. So I've gone out, I've spoken to a potential listing. I've got some photos. I've got to start with somewhere, right? I've got to have some
Yeah, yeah.
visuals. I can't
Yes.
imagine what a house could look like,
Yeah.
except it's got to start with the basics. So what, I take some photos, I come back, upload it, and I'm done?
So basically, that's it. So basically, you upload the photos. Our Corali will understand. It gives us a score, a quality and a compliance score for each one of your photos, and then it recommends what needs to be improved in each one of the photos. And in one click, you can do those improvements. So that's on the photo side. And we extract information from the photos, additional to any additional info that you can put in for the listing, and we take that and it creates a compelling description and title that are not like ChatGPT like. They are SEO and GEO optimized, and you are ready to push, and we are connected to portals, so you can just list to the portal directly.
Okay. And then that's sort of the listing side, which is fantastic, and it makes
Yeah.
life a lot easier. And if you think about real estate agents around the world, they are often time poor, and they're very good at sales. Marketing is not necessarily their core skill set,
Yeah.
and you're basically allowing them all to operate as a high quality marketer in how to present the house, how to
Yes.
have the right text, the right range of elements around it. So from videos to still
Yeah.
images. So do you take photos and sort of stitch them together and create videos? Because I know there are a bunch of AI guys who are doing that as well.
Yeah, so in everything that we do, we go a step further than what exists in the market, which we try to do that. So in enhancements, you'll find many features to enhance. In staging, instead of just giving you the furniture, you can unclutter. You can do style transfer, where you can just upload a photo of the room that you like, and we transfer that style into your room. You can you have a 2D floor plan, an image of a 2D floor plan. In one click, it becomes a 3D floor plan. So in every aspect of that cycle, we try to be better than what exists in the market and the commodity kind of models that exist.
Now you mentioned compliance
Yes.
before, right? Complying
Yeah.
to what?
So we started actually Corali started originally as a moderation tool for listings. So we used to plug in into portals and help them moderate the listings based on their own guidelines. So every portal has a number of things that they check for in a listing before it goes live, and they do that manually in most cases, or they do part of it is automated and a lot of it manually. So we built actually Corali initially to do just moderation, and then it expanded to more than just more moderation and becoming a growth engine. So that goes the normal moderation, which like there is a face of a person on a photo, or there is a car plate number, or it has suggestive things on the image or on the text. To pure guidelines. I don't want a bathroom as a first image in my listing. I want to have diversity in my listings. And that we developed like proprietary quality and compliance scores for those.
Okay.
Is there a quality drop off I'm just trying to think it in terms of, like, let's say you've got the 2D image of a floor plan and you're turning it into a 3D. I'm just trying to render that in my head. How accurate is the floor plan? Are we keeping dimensions? Are we, bumpy walls, straight walls, things like that?
Yeah. So it's phases. So the first one that we deployed, it you don't get the measures, but because it's an image. So when you see a 2D floor plan, it becomes a 3D floor plan. You will see the same measures, but it's not in meters or in centimeters. So it's the visual of it that stays the same. And we train our models on a monthly basis on different types of inputs, because you have, like, from developers, they will provide you with different types of images of 2D floor plans. From even users, we even now deploy the model where you can do it on Sketch. You can just sketch the 2D floor plan and then it becomes 3D. So and it's a continuous improvement in building models.
Okay. The question that goes through my mind is who's. Oh no, no. I got two questions. The first one I ask is the second part of what you offer is all about lead management.
Yeah.
How does that work? Leads come in and you
Yeah.
score leads? Do you actually
Yes.
act as the agent, talking back to the person who sent the lead? What are you doing?
So basically, this is the new suite that we have just launched, and we figured out actually that agents, they care about listings, but at the end, they care about leads. Most of agents or agencies, brokerages, they spend maybe more than 20% of their money, but marketing budget on generating leads. But at the end of the day, less than 1% of those leads get converted. And a lot of the leads are not converted because they are not contacted at the right time, not the right way, with the right content. So the product that we have built, when a lead comes in, it gets scored, it gets nurtured, it gets enriched with any public data that we can find about the lead, while staying GDPR compliant and privacy compliant. And then the process starts of nurturing that lead. So they receive the first message. Based on the response, it changes the quality, the score of that lead, and then triggers a new message that is different from the previous one. And when a lead gets to a score that now it's time to call, you will get that trigger and you can just convert it. So that goes for the active leads that you receive on every day, but also we have a suite that nurtures the old leads that you have that nobody is touching, or the homes that you transacted already, but you don't want to be transactional. You want to build a relationship with those guys. So with those leads, so then you just automate that whole process.
Okay, so these tools are fantastic for an agent or a franchise group or a brokerage or whatever. How do you get to market? How do you actually find these people? How do you get them to sign up?
So we have two ways of doing that. Either direct sales to real estate agencies, brokerages in our market, or we do it through partnerships and integrations. So we integrate with a lot of CRMs around the world. So we just integrated now with Salesforce. We are integrated with Zoho. We are now doing the integration with HubSpot, with a lot of CRMs, and either you can just feed in the lead directly to us, or you can find us in the CRM that you use. In the US, is different. So we are integrating with MLSs, and with portals. They already send the leads to the CRM.
So you integrate with the CRMs, but how do you drive use? Well, it actually comes down to the financial model. So who's paying you at that point? Is it the agent paying you? So you go to the agents of the CRM and say, "Hey, could you please use the product?" Or B, do you charge the CRM a bulk fee and say, "Provide this to your customers"?
We do both. So we charge. It's the agency that pays for the portal, for the platform, integration is free, and it's already set for this with the CRM. Most of the CRMs are open actually to do integration with, so we are part of the marketplace in the CRM. So the CRM, they charge actually everyone who is integrated to them. So there is a charge, not per transaction, but per setup or integration, depending on the CRMs. And the agency pay for the service, for the amount of things that they use, not like a seat based, but on usage based.
Okay. So how are you then relied on the CRM sales team to sell your product?
No, we do our own sales. We do the sales directly, but also we are product led. So on our website, we have a lot of inbound, and we have our sales team that goes to agencies, and we do partnerships. So like one of the partnerships that we have done here in the UAE is with the largest real estate training institute. So we train agents every week on AI, and then we offer them our products, and we are doing the same thing in other countries as well.
Okay. So how large is your sales team? Must be huge.
The sales team, we are an AI company, so if it's huge, then we are not an AI company. So we
No,
we like
I
to
disagree. I actually disagree. The product can be fantastic, but you have to
yeah
get someone to buy it.
yeah
So
so yeah.
how does that sales process work?
So it's a normal sales process. You call the agency, explain to them what we do. They go to them, they present the solution, they sign, and they
Okay.
start using.
So
Very
there's
simple,
not a lot of
but
AI in that. It's a lot of
but that's
people.
the sales part here. So because we are in the region, and it's easy, but internationally we are product led. So very soon we will be launching on the website. You will be able to just subscribe and start using, and then it becomes more about digital marketing and about the integrations and the partnerships that we do.
Okay. Now, why?
So we don't want to be like 1,000
Yeah,
people sales organization.
that makes sense. So it would be. You clearly don't. No one wants to have 1,000 people working for them, because that would be very hard to manage and very
Yeah.
expensive. The
Yes.
It's interesting because you said countries like the Middle East, US, France. There's a lot of geographic
Yeah. Yes.
challenges in that. And if you have a sales team in each market, how do you get sleep?
So so that's the beauty of it. So we are not doing, we don't have sales teams. We don't foot on the ground in every country we operate in. We are very opportunistic at this stage, and we go by partnerships. So we signed a partnership in France with the SNPI, Syndicat National des Professionnels Immobiliers, which is like the largest real estate association in France. And with them, we'll be doing awareness. We'll be training AI agents on AI, and we'll be providing them with our solution. And we have already integrated with the portals, so they can list already there. We're doing the same thing in the UK. In the US, it's you have 500 MLSs, so you just have to be with those 500 MLSs, and then you will serve the 4 million agents or the 3 million agents that exist in the US. So yeah, that's how we do it. And when a market proves itself as a good opportunity, then we can have foot on the ground in a more structured way. But here in the region we are present. So UAE, Saudi, we are here. We have a team that can sell directly. For the rest of the world, right now we are product led, opportunistic,
Fouad, I'd
and we
like
can
to
see a
step in.
huge amount of opportunities.
Yeah.
I'd like to step in there and sort of segue to one of the things that I wanted to talk about today, which was the fact that you've just raised a pre-seed fund of around $2 million. How are you planning on deploying that capital? I'm just trying to work out in terms of
Yeah.
this is a multifaceted international expansion, but you also
Yes.
have a product that you need to really improve and get,
Yes.
faster, better, stronger, yada, yada, yada. So I just want to sort of like play that thought experiment at the moment.
Yeah.
How are you approaching the challenge of deploying this newfound capital fairly and proportionately across different aspects of the business?
It's a very good question, actually. So the product is built. The foundation is built. This raise is about distribution, integrations, and keeping customer delighted. So the capital will go into accelerating the roadmap features and the local support, so adoption sticks. So in here, so we'll be spending on product and development. We'll be spending on the different integrations that we want to do, and those integrations actually scale us automatically. And we'll be spending also on our local market because we want to dominate and consolidate our leadership position in the AI real estate in our region. And we expand, as I said, opportunistically right now via partnerships and integrations. We do that with CRMs, with MLSs. We do that. We are doing that also with portals.
It's an interesting challenge when you think about where to focus, because going, breadth versus depth. More countries, maybe 5% of the market in each country, limited number of countries, 50% of the market using you. How do you think about that challenge? Because you can't be 50% of all markets globally. That's an unrealistic expectation.
Yeah, so our focus first is in the vertical. So we have decided we are real estate, so we're not expanding into the different verticals. So that's the first element of focus. The second element of focus is the region. So that's our main target, and where we are doing really well. And we have the ecosystem is our ecosystem. So I'm one of the founders of the PropTech business group in the UAE, which contains the main PropTech companies like Property Finder, Bayut, Stake, all of those. So and Saudi as well. We are very integrated into the ecosystem. So this is our place, and we can easily dominate that. But internationally actually came as opportunities that just came to us from the different things that we do. We have a lot of international parties that they see what we do and they say, okay, that we don't have that in our region, or it's fragmented through different providers. Let's do something. And it's all about quality of what you do, credibility. Does it really solve the problems for the end user, which like the agents in our side, but also the consumer when it comes to a portal? And when they find that, they are ready to partner. So focus is there in regionally. Regional focus, vertical focus, and be opportunistic on the world.
Just a quick one there. Where are you getting these international inquiries from? This is inbound across international borders, potentially even across language barriers. So where are they finding out about Corali?
So there are two ways. First, and I'm gonna be cheeky, in Property Portal Watch, when we come, there's a lot of companies they know us from
I
there.
love to hear that.
I've been speaking there for a few times. So and also because I'm also, as a founder and CEO, I'm known in the space. After my exit from my first startup in real estate that was acquired by Property Finder, and then I was with Property Finder. So in the real estate marketplace, they know us, and whenever I joined Corali, it was known, and the people were curious because whether it's marketplaces or large real estate agencies, or all of them, they have that strategy of embedding AI into what they do, and they don't want to miss that train, or they don't want to be disrupted by that train. So they would look at, and there are many providers, so they would look at someone who is a little bit credible in that space, so AI and real estate expertise. So they come to us, and then when we show them, they are happy with it, and they say, let's do something.
And one of the things I love to explore in these discussions is not what's going right, but what's gone wrong.
Yeah.
What are the biggest mistakes and challenges? Because anyone who's building a business,
Yes.
if all they ever hear is good news stories, they think life is a walk in the park and it's easy. No. But I think we've all been around around too long now. It ain't all
I haven't.
okay. Okay. Sorry. For the young kids also participating
Yeah.
in this. Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
it would be great to hear from you. What are some of the challenges that you faced, and how have you overcome those challenges?
Yeah. So it's exciting journey, but there are challenges, of course. One of them you mentioned already is focus and being able to say no to a lot of the opportunities that come through, and that's a difficult one. You get excited about a lot of things that come through you, and saying no to them because of you would be losing on other things that's critical. So it frustrates you internally, but I assume it's the right decision for the business sometimes to not go with certain opportunities. Um, Operationally, from a product perspective, you have to be always ahead. And as I said, in everything we build, we try to be ahead of the curve and be have steps more than what exists in the market, so that you don't become a commodity. And yeah, and that's a challenge in itself. But we are uh, the team is really good at this, because we understand the mindset and the needs of the real estate, whether the consumer or the professional. So we kind of anticipate how, and we know AI, so we can anticipate how AI can solve those challenges. So that helps us a lot, but still it's a challenging aspect. Yeah, and yeah, distribution. Like I said that we were integrating with CRMs. There are so many CRMs. There are so many stacks to be integrated with, and that's challenge in itself. So we have a full team dedicated to just integrations, and it's not enough. So yeah, and then you maintain the quality of that integration. You don't want customers to be unhappy, and then you have the when we have we are now working with the first MLS in the US, and it comes with a full set of challenges, like what type of data. It's not all AI features that can be shipped. You do staging, you have to clearly mention that. You do enhancement, you cannot touch the walls of the house. And US is very litigious. It can be very litigious.
And, that,
So we don't want
but
to.
yeah,
Yeah,
but the challenge there is the MLS has each LMS, sorry, LMS, MLS
MLS.
has rules attached to it.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and those rules are not always consistent between
Yes.
MLSs. So I
Yeah.
assume part of what you have to do is you have a big set of rules and requirements in the back end that are market dependent.
So we went a different. We have that, but we went through a different direction into more standardization. So we have signed a partnership with the Real Estate Standard Organization, which governs kind of the data feed standards in North America, but also internationally, and it's expanding in a lot of markets. So we are now almost done with certifying our listing creation with the RESO, with the Real Estate Standard Organization, and that's used by a lot of MLSs, and it's expanding. So that helps us already. Like we do one MLS that is on RESO, I can do all of the other MLSs that are on RESO, but it is a challenge.
Yeah, it sounds like a huge challenge. So, what other sort of challenges have you had? I mean, you've raised money. Was that easy? Does it sort of wake up in the morning and you had the money raised at lunchtime, or was
Actually,
this
we
a
were we
raising
were
money? Is
oversubscribed.
it's,
So we were
everyone is
oversubscribed.
oversubscribed.
Yeah. So I think the fact that first we had very good traction,
Yep.
and we are not. We have already our own models on top of the models and the workflows and all that, so that we have like a lot of defensibility into our product. And you have also the pedigree of the team, and the fact that having done built already a startup that exited, you are in the space where you understand the developers, the marketplaces, and so it helps a lot in raising funds. So if you have all the fundamentals, normally cash is available. you will be in the position where you want to say, no, actually, you are not the right partner for me. It's
Was the
really when
money
you
coming? Yeah, but was the money coming from existing shareholders or was it new shareholders or a combination?
new two VCs, two of the largest VCs. So one VC here in the UAE and one VC in London.
Okay. Now
Yeah,
VCs. I always love this topic.
yeah.
Did when you do a deal with the devil, because I always see VCs as
Yeah.
being a little devilish in how they
Yes.
apply themselves. Were there any sort of strange requests that you had to negotiate with them?
Directives.
No. So I was
Covenant,
very
like
picky. I was very
control?
picky.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was very picky on who to onboard with us because I really want to enjoy the journey. So I had like clear rules on who should be with us, but also with VCs that can help you as a founder and as a team scale. Of course, there will be like terms that you need to push back or to accept as well, because you have to be fair. These are investors. They have there is a mindset to the investor, to the VC, that you need to understand. And I'm an investor myself in multiple startups, so I know how it works. You just need to meet them in the middle and make sure that everybody is happy and his needs are met, while being fair to you and to your team.
yeah. No, I was chatting to a young entrepreneur a couple of days ago, and they've got a very good idea. It's a different industry completely. It's crypto world,
Yeah.
and they were raising some money, a couple of $1 million to build out their DeFi product. And what
Yeah.
was interesting is the crypto said, "Fantastic! I'll come in. I want 51%." Right? For
Okay.
and I'm looking at, and I'm saying to this young entrepreneur, I said, if the VC thinks it's good enough that they want to put the money in and take
Yeah.
51%, you've basically just sold the business for a
Yes.
song, right?
Yeah. And
And then
even as an investor, I would never invest in a company that the founder has less than, so founders has less than 60 or 70% of the company. You want them
yeah,
to be, that's not an investable company. It's not,
They
that's
need
not a
skin in the
smart kind
game.
of,
They need
yes,
skin in the game.
yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
So what this says is you've still got a sizable chunk of the business.
This is so basically this is the pre-seed, and we had an angel before. So yes.
Yeah.
And we do distribute shares to our teams, and so yeah, we want to be fair to everyone. And the journey is still long, so you need shares to give later.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, no, that's an interesting question about a long journey. How I thought Corali was quite old, has been around a
No,
while.
no, it was 2023. I think team started, and then 2024 they launched. End of 2023 they launched the first product in moderation, and I joined them in beginning of 2025 to just accelerate the whole thing. So
Okay.
it's recent. Oh, no, it's 2 years almost. Yeah.
Okay, so shorter than I
So
thought.
let's
Yeah.
have a look at the short and long term goal then, Fouad. So what are you doing in the next 6 months to a year, and what's the long game?
First, so everything that we announce, we want to be a success at. So first, our existing customers, growing that base in the UAE, and then the different partnerships that we do around the world, because those are market openers. We care a lot about making sure that the product delivers the value that we promise. It's not just a gimmick tool. It really helps an agency grow. And that's why I always say a growth engine, and I believe in that, and the team believe in that. When a real estate agency on board with us, we want to help them grow, and meet them wherever they are in a very easy way, and saying that easy, but putting it in practice, it requires a lot of effort. So the next 6 months is really making sure the product is crystal, the quality is there, and the value to every customer that we have is there, and then growing that customer base and making sure the partnerships that we do are successful. That's the main focus that I have.
Well, it
Simon,
sounds
have you got any more follow-ups? Because I've got one big question for
okay.
Fouad
No,
before
you
we get
go.
out of here. So Okay, so Fouad, I really want to pick your brains on something here because I was
Yeah.
looking at your LinkedIn and it says you've got a master's in electrical engineering and computer science with a specialism in
Yes.
big data and machine learning. And
Yes.
you're now part of an AI focused
Yeah.
startup.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of context. Another bit of context, I want to read something here. This is an article that I had open on my web browser for about 2 weeks and I never got around to reading it, and I finally got around to it. And it says here, according to Opinium, 82% of businesses in the UK, France, and Germany have yet to implement a strategy for tracking the ROI of their AI projects.
Yeah.
Despite this, 65% of those polled companies say they plan to increase AI spending over the next 12 months. Now, I want to get your opinion on what makes a sound use of time and money in AI investment. And I also want to know how you measure return on investment in that AI. So, what does
Yeah.
a sound?
So
What's a sound use of time and capital for AI
yes.
investment, and how do you measure ROI?
Yeah. So thank you for mentioning my background. So like actually my
My
thesis was
pleasure.
on in deep learning, and that was in 2007. Nobody talked about AI at the time. And so yeah, especially now, ROI in AI is a tricky thing. I think there is an MIT report that came out very recently. It's called the Generative AI Adoption something. It's a very interesting one. I encourage you to read it. And it found that only 5% of custom AI projects make it to production. So everybody is
5%?
trying. Sorry?
Just 5%, you said.
Yes. Yeah, yeah. So 95% don't go to production. That's what it means. And the idea is that internal builds fail twice as often as partnerships. Um, we try to, if we are in a big organization, and I'm not talking only marketplaces, I'm talking only any organization, and I've worked in retail, I worked in healthcare. Any organization, they try, the first thing that they think of when they try to build innovation, to bring innovation into their system, is to build. And that's in most cases not the right thing unless there is a differentiator. And the differentiator would be either like the data itself is different, or the vertical is very niche, or but if it's like building something that already exists, I'd rather focus my business on growing in my space, on the metrics that matter to me, rather than uh, go in defocus and start building small things here and there and never go to the finish line. And AI requires a lot of focus and investment, which a lot of the large organizations, when they grow, they become the big boat. Um, they have like several things to juggle at the same time. At the end, it's like the EBITDA and the revenue, and which means that when they reach the strategy meeting or end of year, and I want to decide on what I want to do, they start killing those projects that started initially. Makes sense from a financial perspective, but from a strategy perspective, doesn't make a lot of sense. So I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of these projects fail. Trying to do many things, trying to build internally what is already there, and yeah. And you ask an engineer in the team, do we want to do this? Oh, great, I want to build it. Super. But at the leadership, that's not always the right deal.
Yep. And I think the other reason a lot of these things fall over is what starts as custom work is something that ChatGPT can do in a heartbeat now
Yes.
for $20 a month, right?
Yeah.
And that's the problem, is that the capacity of an organization to move even a fraction of the speed
Yeah.
like ChatGPT, was it
And
OpenAI?
also, I will add to another point is that most of the things that are tried are shallow, are facing things that, okay, I'm going to put the chat GPT here, I'm going to put this here. They forget the operational element, the back end. So you need to make sure as a big company that AI is adopted across your organization for operational excellence. You want to do more with less. so that your EBITDA gets better, so that you can top your revenue get higher, rather than work on the gimmicks and without a clear kind of strategy.
How do you
That's
do
how
that
I
at
see it.
Coraly? How do you do that then? How do you got to live and die by the sword, right? So what's
Yeah.
your approach, Fouad?
I'm very ruthless actually on killing anything that doesn't work. And even when we start doing something, we do like very deep research with our customers. So we sit with our real estate agents and agencies, and we say, well, building this, does it work for you? How can we improve it? How can we make it better before even we start working on it? That makes then we make sure that actually it's the moment it's shipped is going to deliver value to the customers. It's not wishful thinking. It's not I am sitting in my ivory tower thinking this will be a good idea for our customers. So get closer to customers.
Okay, one last question. Super fast. 3 tips for young entrepreneurs of things that they should be doing, but super fast.
Oh, don't waste time. Just jump when you have an idea. Do it. Don't overthink higher education. And try to find a niche space that's gonna grow beyond what Gen AI now can do, because it's gonna optimize a lot of the things that we do. So either creativity or hands-on operationally things. Yeah,
Love
Good
it.
that's what
answer.
that's and go ventures. You will make wealth faster. But that's not for everybody.
Do what? Sorry.
Go ventures, do ventures, and try things while you're young. And I'm talking like the 20s, and try things, try entrepreneurship. That's it will teach you way more than being a salaryman, much faster.
Yeah. No,
So,
I
and even
absolutely.
if you come back, yeah,
Yeah. No, it's super interesting conversation, because I had this conversation with my son on yesterday, where I said, well, I go start a business, see it as your 5th year of college. You've saved a bit of money. If you burn it, doesn't matter. You will have learned far more in 1 year of trying to build a business than you will of working
yes,
for Goldman Sachs or whatever, crunching a
absolutely,
single spreadsheet for a whole year.
yeah. And you will
And,
get you will be emotionally stronger.
yes, and beaten up. Because being an entrepreneur, you've got to, you'll get knocked down, you've got to
Yeah.
get up again, right? Every
Yes.
single time.
Yes.
Someone's going to say
Yeah.
no. You're going to say, okay, fantastic. What can I do better?
Yeah.
And then,
Emotional roller coaster.
yeah. And what I did for him
Yeah.
was I said, you've got a good idea. Why don't you talk to some people about it who are investors? So I set up 10
Yeah.
one-on-one calls for him to pitch
Yeah.
his business to people I know who are not going to kill him in that process. I might actually get him to have a chat with you, because
I
you know,
would love to.
being a real life entrepreneur who is
Yeah.
building a business that will hopefully really revolutionize
Yes.
how property is both marketed and leads are managed
Yes.
for real estate agents around the world. I think you're doing
And
a
hopefully,
fantastic job, and thank you for coming
thank you.
on
Thank you again.
to the show and talking about it. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at the conference, which we have coming up in, dare I say, about 7 weeks
Yeah.
in sunny Madrid. Thank God the weather won't be 40 degrees. It'll be way down
Oh,
to a
it's been
nice
horrible.
high
Yeah.
20s,
That's
one
very
hopes,
exciting.
in October. And it'll be
I'm
great
very
to see what.
excited to be there.
No, no, we're sign-ups are going fantastically well. I think we're well over 200 on our way to 350, 400. It'll be probably our largest or close to our
Wow.
largest. Got fantastic. I think there's at least 100 plus companies already registered coming.
Amazing.
All really good brand names, great range of speakers. So if you're interested, if anyone who's listening is interested in coming, go to
Yes.
www.ppweurope25.com. That's www.ppweurope25.com.
And as speakers, we'll try to make it interesting for you. So just sign up.
I am absolutely. We look forward to seeing both everyone there.
Right then, we'll call it there, ladies and gentlemen. I was going to ask Simon to do the pitch for the conference, but he got there before me. He's
Yes.
a
Great
dab
minds
hand at
think
it by
alike.
now. And small ones seldom differ. That's what I've heard. Right then, we've made it to just under 45 minutes. That's not too bad. So we'll say goodbye to Fouad Bekkar from Corali. Thank you, Fouad.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Pleasure always.
Thank you.
Our pleasure. It's going to be goodbye from Simon Baker.
And it's goodbye from him.
And it's going to be goodbye from me. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.